Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. One of the questions that I'm receiving a lot today is in regards to people who intend to sacrifice an animal. Why can't they remove their hair and the nails, and who's supposed to do so? The hadith of Salama, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, whoever intends to do a sacrifice, which is on the day of Eid al-Adha, then let him refrain from removing anything from his hair, nails and skin. When? In the first 10 days of the Hijjah, until he has sacrificed his animal. Great, the hadith is clear. So whoever intends to do the udhiyah, then let him refrain from removing anything from his nails, hair, beard, mustache, or anything from his skin. And this ruling applied to whom? It applied only to the head of the family, because the head of the family, he is the one who is sponsoring the animal, he's paying for the animal, he's doing that for him and on behalf of his family. So a husband is doing a sacrifice for him and on behalf of his family. One sacrifice is sufficient for the whole family, and only the husband who's supposed to refrain from cutting hair and nails. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, this is what he did. He actually sacrificed one ram for him and on behalf of his family. So does the wife and the children, or the mother or the father, require to abstain from cutting their hand and nails? No. It's only upon the person who is financially responsible for the household. So let's say the father is responsible, so he does on his name and on name of his family. If his mother and father are living under his expenses, they all come together. So one animal is sufficient. And who's supposed to abstain from cutting hair and nails? Only the husband, the man of the house. The rest of the family, they can remove their hair and their nails, because upon those on whom it's done on their behalf, they don't need, or they don't fall under that category. Only the one who is making it. And when do we start? When do we start actually the day of abstaining from cutting and refraining from removing anything from our skin? Is by the first day of the Hijjah. Therefore, we need to make sure that we have already cut our hair and nails at the 29th of the Qa'dah. 29th of the Qa'dah, because the following day you do not know. It could be the 1st of the Hijjah or the 30th of the Qa'dah. So it all depends upon the country where you are. If ever in the country where you are, tomorrow is the 29th, khalas. Then tomorrow, by the time of Maghrib, make sure you already cut your hair and your nails. If ever after tomorrow is the 29th in your country, you follow that moon sighting. And in general, let me tell you something, doing the udhiyah, the qurbani in itself, is a sunnah mu'akkada. Sunnah mu'akkada, which means a recommended sunnah. If you have the money to do it, surplus money in your saving, do that. It shows your piety towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you do not have, and you're among the poor and the needy, then you do not need to do. Alright, I'm saying this because we may want to know, do I really have to do, or is it fard or sunnah mu'akkada? If you have the means to buy an animal or take a share from a cow, then do it. It's easy upon you. You feed yourself, your family, and the poor and the needy. But if you don't have, then you do not need to take a loan for it. And you don't need to feel bad, and it's not even a sin if you do not do it. Therefore, this is the ruling about those who intend to sacrifice an animal بإذن الله تعالى. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.